Yeah, please don't kill me. I accidentally pushed the wrong button. I was trying to get the sound back. Ariana, come back. I messed up. So we're the woman behind the brand with Miss Ariana, and I accidentally pressed the wrong button. It was my fault. Totally my fault. Please charge it to the head and not the heart. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Ariana back in here because I know she was on fire. Lost sound for a moment, but we're back. And you know how we keep the ball rolling. We don't care what Instagram got going on. We're gonna keep it
Can you hear
moving.
me?
Sorry,
No,
sis.
you're fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. I pressed the button. But you were speaking. I couldn't hear nothing. So keep
No,
it going.
I was just saying, like, the way that I got here was after going through what I went through with mental warfare, I didn't want anybody else to experience it. Like, it was so bad. And it taught me that even the strongest of us, even the most well put together, you can find yourself in a dark space mentally. Once you are gone mentally, everything else is gone. I didn't care about being a mom. I didn't care about being a wife. I didn't care about being a daughter. I didn't care about being a niece. I didn't care about being a minister in training at the time. I didn't care about being a praise dance leader. I didn't care about being on the praise. Like nothing mattered. And what I knew was that if I could, and I said that, I said that to God, like, um, I will do anything I can to help anybody never experience what I experienced. Never. Because it was so like, and I don't recommend this, right? I did it without a therapist. I did it without any of that. It was hard. It was so hard. It was so dark. It was so lonely. And I know what it feels like to be surrounded by people and still feel alone. I know what it feels like to be praying and meditating, whatever you want to call it, and you still feel broken and you still feel lost and you still feel confused and you still feel sad and you still feel depressed. I know what all of that feels like. And I knew that what God brought me through was a way to really teach people how to master mindset. So fast forward, after I got past that and worked through that, God was like, I want you to go help my people get their minds together because people are missing everything that I have for them. They're not hitting their goals. They're not meeting the vision because their minds are imprisoned. And and I don't think people get it enough. If you don't have your mind clear, you can't do anything. So going back to like me talking about mindset cycles, the reason why people consistently go through this, well, I start and stop, or I don't know, like I'm really excited about it, but I don't do it, and I'm not hitting this. Your mind, your mind, your mind. And what I want people to understand from like my story and what I've went through is that if you let it continue, and I think that's where we have to be very mature about mindset. If you let it continue, it can get very dark very fast. I've always been a strong woman. I come from a lineage of strong women, so it got nothing to do with being strong. I was always happy. I've always been this Ariana, like, you know what I mean? Like pouring into people, supportive, all that. But anybody can find themselves here. And then as I started getting into it and started seeing like the celebrities and things committing suicide, I was like, what? Like, they teach us that get money and success and all your, prayers to be answered, all your life's dreams come true. And then you see these people who have everything committing suicide. And so it led me to
Now, just to your point, I'm gonna pause for a second because we have a lot of people I think that have come out of this time in the world where if you weren't already working on your mindset before the pandemic, it hit a lot of us hard. And to what your story is saying, like, I thank you for sharing that because if y'all, cut in this live and you didn't catch the last one, we just got cut off in. Ariana was talking about her own, challenges coming into this place of, okay, who am I? And, how do I get out of this mentality of I'm battling, my struggles, the things that are around me, and I have support, but it doesn't feel like I really am getting what I need. And when you talked about that, the celebrities and people who have a lot of money and still are not happy, are not okay mentally. one thing that came to me, because you do take the biblical principles and you make them practical. And one thing that I realized in the Bible, because of individuals like you, because we talk about renewing your mind every day, the Bible says that it's not rocket science. It just is how we're created to be. When you get with you and Aarionna and say, how do I renew my mind every single day? That's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
playground for the enemy. And I mean, just not to get spiritual here, but like seriously, like when you have, about like when you're going to your success and you're like, okay, God has something for me, you're going to get opposition, you're going to get challenges, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always going to start in the mind. Um, that's what came up for me when you're talking about your depression and you were talking about how you were with child and you were going through things that no one could really understand. So how did you get out of it? Like what I don't know if I missed the last one, but where did it turn for you? Where, because this is listen, the woman behind the brand, and as we'll have to do another live because we got cut off, is really about digging deeper into the mind and the life of the person that built the brand, because
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why, right? It's very simple. And when you talked about depression, I know so many people are in that. Talking about commit suicide, we tell you, like, get the help you need, like now. Aarionna, I heard you say
Mm-hmm.
earlier, don't avoid therapy. Get the help. Because you went through
Mm-hmm.
things that you don't ever want anyone else to. So what made it shift for you where you were just like, that's enough, and I ain't doing this no more? And what did that look like?
What I was saying on the other one was, my last suicidal attempt, um, I really was honestly, it was an encounter with God. Like that's my like truth. It wasn't my kid didn't come in and look me in the face. It wasn't nothing like that. Like I really truly had an encounter, a spiritual encounter. And when I woke up, and this was the other thing. God was like, you're not going to be successful. Like, and so I was just like for me, that was like it, right? In my mind, I was like, this is it. And when I woke up, it was just like, this is not gonna work. And here was the thing that changed for me, was God said, if you're still here, you still have purpose. I never let that go. Never will let it go. Because what it reminds me, and this is why I tell people that all the time, if you're still here, you still have purpose. It released or it broke that feeling of like, I don't have purpose. I don't have any, because I wasn't clear on who I was. And this is why I'm so committed to help people get very clear on who they are, why they're here, what is your purpose, what do you feel called to do. Make sure you do that. I don't believe you should build passion businesses. This is just me. I believe you should build purpose business, because why? It's who I am. And that keeps me alive. Doing this keeps me alive because it's who he created me to be. So I don't have to pretend. I don't have to try. I don't have to wake up and put on a different persona. Like, no, because it's just who I am. People struggle because they don't know how to live in who they are. They have no idea. And that's what helped spiral me into depression. I was like, I don't know, I don't have, what am I here for? It seemed like everybody else around me at the time, they knew like what they wanted to do. And I just didn't. I was like, I don't know. And it was so simple, because sometimes we're searching like, oh, but the simplicity of, if you're still here, you still have purpose, allowed me to identify my purpose. It allowed me to start to feel great about, okay, all right, so being alive is purpose. So clearly I'm here for a reason. That was the turning point for me, because what led me to depression was, what's my purpose? Why am I here? I don't know. So the turning point was that one quote, if you're still here, you still have purpose. From there, what I knew was, okay, now I just got to dig deep within. When I realized that everything I needed was already inside of me, and this is what we have to realize: you already have you already are who you are inside. You just have to tap into that. So if I can help people stop feeling like they don't have a point, they don't have a purpose, or I'm not clear, da da da, then you start living. And I started living. I started living and understanding that there's so much inside of me. Like, why would I want to kill that? Why would I want to kill that?
So your
Mhm.
encounter with God really pivoted the whole entire trajectory of your life. And how did that affect your family? Like, how did it affect the people around you? Like, what changed for you, even with the result
Right.
of what that looked like?
Well, I had become very angry, very like uh, harsh, very like, my mindset on life was different. Pretty much. I mean, I was a shell of a mom, you know what I mean? So when I decided, like, no, I want to live, it changes how you interact with everybody. You know, you tap back into being in the moment. And I think a lot of us struggle with being in the moment because we're always trying to be in the future. We're always trying to be, but I tap back into being in the moment, and it changed everything for my family, for who I was around. Um, and it really changed because it made me aware of what I needed to work on. So all of the anger, all of the bitterness, which I know we hate to say we're bitter, but just really quickly, bitterness is you being angry about something that was wrongfully done to you and not letting it go. So there's a lot of bitter people in the world. It's like that ability to hold on to say, no, they did me wrong. And you're right, they did, but you won't let it go. So it makes you bitter.
You said so
There's
many
because there's a lot of bitter
words.
people, and we don't like to say bitter because it has such a negative connotation. But when you look up the definition of bitterness, there's a lot of bitter people. And you would be so much better to just say, I am bitter, and how do I let it go? And letting it go says it happened, but it doesn't define me. Yes, they did what they did. If they never say they did, or if they never apologize, it happened, but it doesn't define me. So I was able to work on my bitterness. Like it changed my environment, my family, because I was able to work on me. I had become so negative, so dark. And I'm not a negative person. I'm not a dark person. Like I love people. So for me, that encounter, that realization of like, oh no, like this is not, I'm more than that, allowed me to then become a better person for the people around me.
Wow. Well, listen, I can probably go forever with this. We're gonna have to live because I don't like it when IG tries to flip the script on me. So I'm gonna flip it back on them. We're gonna do another live, and we're gonna add that to the woman behind the brand. I want to just kind of switch gears here because I know that you have an amazing
Mm-hmm.
family, which you have my little Amaya, which is probably like like she's just amazing. But Ariana, when you talk about
Mm-hmm.
being a mom of four, talk about being a wife, when you talk about being a minister, when you talk about being a business owner,
Mm-hmm.
all of these roles that you play, um, I think that it's so amazing when I hear your story over and over again because it gives more light to it every time. It's like, man, like I can't even imagine what that looked like for people, right? And what it even looked like for you because I know how it feels when you're depressed. I've been depressed before. It's very foggy. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
could be spiraling. No, so it's good to have people around you that support you. So I'm glad that that was the case for you and also that you had that encounter with God. Now for people that are in the space where they just don't know which way to go and they're kind of lost, I think that God uses people as a vessel. When you said that, when I woke up I knew that it was because I wasn't done, because God said that you have a purpose, because you can't go, you got to touch more lives. When you showed up from shifting from working
Mm-hmm.
full-time 9 to 5 to starting the business and starting to change other people's lives outside of your depression, because that's where it started from. Let's just be real. Like Ariana's giving us the back end, but once you shifted for your business, because this, as a woman behind the brand,
Mm-hmm.
that also impacted your personal life, right? Because the business, you say all the
Yes.
time, the business is building you. So let's just talk about that real quick, and then I want to lean
Yeah.
into the WIN community as we go in that direction because Ariana, I was in her rooms when I first met her. She did a morning motivation room, and people were sitting in that room for an hour just listening. And I was like, "What are they doing? Like this is just me. And everybody don't agree with me. I really don't care, but I really feel like at the end of the day, if you're gonna spend your time somewhere, be effective. Um, make sure it's converting to something." And when I got with Ariana, I said, "Nope, I'm flying out to Houston. We got to talk." And then ever since then, I remember when she shut the rooms down and said, Allegra, I really know that people are getting, the change that they need in life. They just are doing it
Mm-hmm.
slowly. And I want to push them to be a kind of empowerment rather than feeling like they have to be defeated every day, right? Because what happens? You go back to church every Sunday and you go back to the week and you do the same things over
Mm-hmm.
and over again. It can be the same thing in a room. So, once that all changed, once you got confident, once you said, you know what, my purpose is to give people clarity because I went through it, part of my story, so now I can relate to other people so they know Aarionna went through it. She understands me. What did that do for your
Everything.
business?
Because like you said, like I say or whatever, the business is building you, right? So when I tapped into that to understand that my business was going to expose the things that I need to work on, the things that I need to level up on, it was a piece of confidence of just saying like, no, I'm the expert in here. I'm the coach. This is what I do. But shifting from just motivating to actually coaching and really being intentional about shifting and changing people's lives changed everything for me in my business. Before I had fired my 9 to 5, I was working my 9 to 5 and building the business, but I was building it comfortable. And you can't build a business comfortable. You have to build a business outside of your comfort zone. Why? Because everything you desire, excuse me, and everything you want lives outside of your comfort zone. And so when I decided for myself that I no longer want to play comfortable, that I was going to play big, that I was going to play full out, and that I was going to do it on a level that really allowed me to change lives far beyond my comfort zone, everything changed. Everything changed. And then you start, really quick, like you start attracting the people you really want, the people who are really going to take the action. And what I didn't want to do, I didn't just want to motivate people. That was never like my thing, although I'm like, I love motivating people and it's just what I do naturally. That was never like that was never my thing. Like I didn't start to just be motivating. I want to be transformative. And if you come in a space that I'm motivating in and you get motivated and change, then great. But if you come in a space where you're getting motivated in that I'm doing and you don't transform, like that's just not, no. I'm here for transformation because getting high off motivation versus using motivation as momentum to do the things you need to do is different. Different. So when I decided that, yeah, everything changed. I had to honestly pull myself out of like motivating because it's easy, it's natural, and say no, but I'm a transformative type of coach. I don't want to get you high. I want to get you results.
Yeah, I don't like the
He
high.
doesn't.
That's why I think it's so amazing to see people that, were being transformed, that needed it and that really didn't want to kind of, be in a position of being, just let's just be honest, people will keep you in a
Hmm.
position where you don't really have the answers. So you got to keep coming back to them and pay for it, the services. But, I love
Yeah.
what you said about being completely transformed and not really, being stuck to repeat the same things over and over and over again. And that's something
Hmm.
that we actually talk about a lot. Like we are being very honest. We consistently change throughout the time in business. Where I know that we don't have enough time to talk about that, but let's just talk about some of
Hmm.
the evolution of the business, right? So we
Hmm.
talked about where it started. It didn't start from a good place. And I think that if we're really honest, none of our businesses started off with us just being like, you know what, I just
Right.
think I want to do A, B, and C. Let me just do it. Like it came
Yep.
from a place where we were like, oh no, we
Yep.
got to figure this out. And whether it was for our own experiences or someone that we love, and that in each and every one of these live features that we've done in this
Hmm.
series, that's exactly what we pulled out. And because other people have similar experiences, now you can take what you already have and use it
Hmm.
to change other people's lives because you overcame. That's so simple.
Yep.
It's not complicated. And you actually built a strategy around it just
Hmm.
by writing down what you did step by step. Not to say people have to exactly do it like that, but just to give them a
Right.
modeling viewpoint of, hey, this is how we do it. So I want anyone who is in a space where they feel like I need clarity, whether it's in my personal life, in my business, and I want to get through these blocks. And I don't talk about,
Hmm.
if you need therapy, go get therapy. But there are certain things that you may have heard in his live that, you know, you need some clarity around. Make sure that you connect with
Hmm.
Aarionna. Aarionna, if you don't mind, can you just put the link in the chat? And then if you haven't already, I'm gonna look for it. And I'm gonna read some comments. And then I also want us to talk about how your business has been elevated from the time
Hmm.
that you started doing like the boot camps and you know, one-on-ones with people that need that
Hmm.
in-person like one-on-one. And then now you actually have events that you're doing in cohesion with what you do in business and the WIN community. So let's talk about that real quick while I
Yeah, because I was gonna
mess
say
with
I
some
don't
of these
think I could pull it
comments.
up without like exiting out. I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Um,
I'll put it in there. Do you want me to put the link to
y-
your website
yeah,
or
yeah,
which
yeah,
one
yeah,
do you
you can
want?
do that. Um,
Okay.
okay, so out of all of that, now where I'm at is I have really kind of streamlined, I struggled for a while, like I can do mindset and things, but I'm big on personal development. And so I had to really flesh that out for how it looked for me, which is why I promote, like you said, it's not one size fits all. However, you are graced and gifted to minister and administer your business, do it that way. So for me, it's a two-part thing. It's personal development and it's business development from a mindset perspective. So I have two boot camps. I do my mindset mastery, which is all about mastering mindset. It's all about breaking down those cycles, mastering mindset, mastering the way you think, mastering who you are, really understanding how you work and what's going on. And then the business minded boot camp is mindset work for your business. What are those mental blocks that stop you from taking action in your business? Sometimes it's a lack of clarity in like how you do it or how you want to do it, your messaging. Like we deal with those mental blocks. And then in both programs, we clarify what the strategy is for you to start being successful and stop being stagnant and stop being stuck. Let's clarify that. But the only way you can clarify it, the only way to get out of confusion is to deal with the confusion. So in both areas, whether it's the mindset mastery bootcamp or the business minded bootcamp, we're going to deal with the confusion, which is where those cycles lie, and break that down. And then of course, being in the WIN community, I love it. And when Alexa asked me to be a part of this, I was like, yeah, sis, I'm down because I'm just that chick. Like, I'm gonna be down. We're biz besties, whether she never missed it or not, I don't care. Like, we're biz besties for like.
I will have to admit it. You everybody knows, and I got to say a
Yeah.
word. Ariana's like, yeah, Allegra is with me, and
Okay.
I'm with Allegra, so it's just
It
kind of been
has.
like that
I told
since
Alexa
that
she's
day.
not my friend. I remember when I started getting my friend, she was like, I'm sorry? Like, yeah, like I don't understand. I'm not going anywhere.
I was
And I haven't
weird, but
left
okay.
since. But when she asked me to be a part of the WIN community, I thought it was such a phenomenal thing. Um, and you're like, listen, you're gonna be the mindset expert in there because I don't do mindset, so you're necessary. And it's so amazing to be surrounded by people who feel like you are necessary, who can see what you have and the way that you execute putting people in to like make it make sense. And so being in the WIN community, I love it. I love the fact that we connect. I love the fact that we support. I love the fact that we build up. I love the fact that we are all experts in our own right and we play our lanes and we own our lane. There is no like backbiting, there's no hate, there's no jealous. Like it's such a phenomenal community. So doing these events, like I love it. First of all, I love doing events. Like it's just who I am. But I love the fact that we can bring women together to network and connect. And we're actually building a table that is real, that is honestly, I want to see my sister win. I want to see you win, right? Not this fake women empowerment, but there is no women empowerment really behind the scenes. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I love the fact that we're building something authentic and the women in our community can say like no, this is authentic, like they really care about your success, they really care about seeing you win, like this is not a joke. And so being a part of this community and being a leader to me is like, first of all, I take it very seriously, because I want to build a space where it genuinely is women supporting women, not this other gross thing that has came out of it. Like no, we really support the women in our community, we really hold them down, and we really want to see them win. So if you are genuine about that, then you'll survive in this community, and you're welcome in this community, and we love you in this community. Um,
Wait, I'm over here like I'm
I'm
holding
just
everything in.
saying, I'm just saying, and the event I'm doing with Sonya, I don't know if she's still on here because she was gonna come on, but
She was Sonya, drop a one if you're still on. We would love to even have you
Yes,
pop in if you
because
can.
even with Sonya, she was just like, I'm so happy I met y'all. Like I'm so glad Michael connected me to y'all because it's for real a space where we can get together and we can connect. And so I had to, my first event is where I met Sonya, the jewelry instructor. And she was so phenomenal. She gave free bracelets, like sponsored bracelets to everybody and gift cards. And literally, you get to come to her space and make your own jewelry, and I love it. So I could not, like, not being who we are, Allegra strategically placed leaders in every space. And y'all, we're taking over. Can I just say, shout out to you because we're taking over. Okay, we are getting
It's not.
Allegra. Yes, we're getting leaders everywhere.
If it was my choice,
Oh
I would
yeah, no,
slow
she's not
down.
lying. I'd be like, girl, you full speed now. You just gotta live
Yeah.
with it. But there's leaders everywhere. So me being the Houston leader, I was like, I have to start collaborating with those women in Houston, who are a part of our community. And so I had to, get with Miss Tanya and say, like, let's do this event together. And she's so well known in the community. She's amazing. Her spirit is phenomenal. And the business she's built is like wild. Like I went to the Bee Bar and it's phenomenal. And so this is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what being a leader is. As a leader, you got to get out and connect. You have to support in real life. I keep emphasizing that because I want people to understand this is a community where we're real life, not just on camera. It's a real life thing.
Oh, like we walk outside of our doors and get off our phones and actually talk to
Surprisingly,
people. Okay, so hold on. Let's stop. Let's stop because I don't want to be
shockingly,
petty on this live. This is your future. And what we're gonna do real quick, y'all, because we've been talking to Aarionna, and I want to read some comments, but I want to get Sonya on because we talked about how you just leveled up your business to the point where, yeah, I told you what I needed from you in the WIN community, but I'm gonna tell y'all, Aarionna has never left. I've had people come in and out of this community over the past year,
mm,
and plenty of people. Okay, we don't. Everybody can't go, but the fact that Aarionna has been since day one a leader, and then we have like the sharp of the sharpest leaders now. Like people are coming out the woodwork. Like, yeah, honey, I know what it's about, and I'm ready to go. Let's make this money. Let's get growing. And so we're all about that. And so I just want to commend you too because you did stick around.
I
It ain't
did.
easy. It ain't easy, and and you grew. But I want to invite Sonya on
Mm,
because you got with her yourself. You connected with her and you said, let's have this event at your spot. And then I also want you to tell people what they're going to be experiencing there. If y'all haven't already gotten your tickets to the WIN meetup, the last
mhm.
meetup that you did, Ariana, last year, fabulous. We're going to
Oh,
repost some pictures today, just in honor of that. But
yeah,
also, you're going to do another one, which now it's going to be another level. So as I invite Sonya on, Sonya, please, I hope you can come on. But if you can't, I understand. This is kind of like a pop-up type thing because Sonya also has other accolades that when I say
hmm
like this is why I dig in the community because we have everything we need.
no,
There's no reason to go anywhere. I want to invite her on, but I already talk about the last event into this event and how that's going to look for
definitely. So
people
one
that
of
are
my
joining.
goals with being a Houston leader and having the events, like I really want to pour into the ladies when they come. Like, yes, we are networking, but I also want the ladies to grow, right? Like we want to see them win. So hey, Sonia. So my
Hey,
last
hey,
one.
hey.
So my last one, we really connected just to get to know each other. But this one, and Allegra knows, like I plan on making my events like bigger and bigger and bigger on steroids. She had to slow me down. She's like, Aarionna, just slow down. And I'm like, no, we have to like take it to the next level. So the fact that she made me a leader is like, it's fair game. Like I can. So this one, I'm really cultivating an experience more so in the midst of networking. So it's an experience to grow together as we network together, which I think is beautiful for building community and really connecting. So we're doing freedom boards, which are vision boards for the soul. So many times we are so focused on the vision and like getting there, but we never become who we need to be to actually possess that space. So I created freedom boards, which is all about self-development. It's all about, okay, who's the woman I need to become in order to really live that life? Like, what do I need to be doing today and every day that's going to get me there. And then, of course, Sonya was so gracious, like, oh, we can make bracelets that exemplify and exude the year. So you get to like theme your year and make this wonderful bracelet. And in my mind, it's like we're not only networking, but we're building together. So now you've come into a networking space where you're like, no, but I really connected with them. Like we did projects together and we left with this overwhelming feeling of like support and like we about to win. And that's what it's all about. So I'm excited.
And wait, hold on. Sonya came on, and I just want to say thank you, Ari, for leading that in because Sonya, when you first met the WIN community, it was through Michael, who is our international leader, and he actually presented you to the community by look. We talked to him, he talked him up, he came in the room. And literally, he came out to the Houston event, the first one that Aarionna had, and you were invited there, and you came and you gifted a lot of money towards the community. You are a huge sponsor, one of our first huge sponsors for the community at our WIN events. And with that, you know, we honored that. We wanted to make sure we could dig as deep inside of your business and do whatever we can to support it. So as soon as Aarionna went to go do the next event, I'm like, wait, isn't Sonya, isn't she like doing her thing out there with the, and don't we have like gift cards left over? Can't we like do, so the fact that we are able to bring it back around full circle and come back to you in honor of you supporting the community
Mhm.
without even knowing us, without even understanding what we were all about, but just to say, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to make sure that I show up for people, for these women. You also went there and you introduced yourself to a lot of new people that did not know who you were and probably would may not have ever known who you were. And now we have a community of over 800 people, close to 1,000 people that we just want to just
Wow.
pour you into that audience so people know you, right? So even after this live, you know, like I said, we do this Women Behind a Brand, but this is our spot where we're including you so we can share it to like YouTube and other social media. But I want you to get some light here, okay? Because you are going to be sponsoring with your building for our upcoming event this month. So tell us what you do, who you serve, Sonya. Okay, put all the juice in there
Well,
if you want to,
well,
and then we'll
first of
continue with the
all, I've
conversation.
been here since the beginning, and Ari has me on fire, like with chills. It's like I went to church yesterday, and I came back today, and I'm going to church with her. But everything that she says is so on point and so for real. I want to first of all thank Michael, my business coach, my personality pitch coach, uh, for introducing me to the WIN community. He came for a VIP event at the Bead Bar with me. And he said, hey, I want to invite you somewhere. I don't know if you can make it. I said, and I did everything in my power to get there. So I got there, and I'm glad I did. Now, Aarionna and I didn't really get to talk much because, you know, it was an event. So we just went with the flow, and it was amazing, and we networked. And she reached out again, and we began to speak, and we got to know one another. And then we started collaborating because she mentioned that she needed somewhere to have the event. I think I threw it out there too, and I am just so happy to accommodate. So with all that said, my name is Sonya Davis. I am also known as the jewelry instructor of the Jewelry Instructors Bead Bar in Houston's Art District. At the Bead Bar, we provide fun for adults and children with jewelry making and other creative learning experiences, and that's with or without wine and live jazz music. So we guarantee bracelets and smiles, bringing a balance to community through creativity and that to quiet life's nuances. So kind of that is what we do in a nutshell. You know, a lot of times we're doing, go. We have all these things on our agenda that we must get in, but we don't take the time out to do something unique and fun. So I'm bringing families, friends, and the like together just for some creative time. And creating is needed in life. It's a balance. You know, if you don't have creativity, you will fall into those depressed moments. I, too, at times have suffered from depression. And I realized, because I've been a creative for 30 years, I realized when I stopped creating, it opened doors for other things to come in, and the depression began to set in, the anxiety, the just running around in circles. And when a girlfriend asked me to remake a bracelet for her, a whole set, and I pulled these boxes out that had been in the attic, and I said, Lord, why did I stop? And when I started back, I've been going full speed ahead ever since, to the point that one day I just woke up and I told my husband, I want to open a bead bar. He said, a what? I said, a bead bar. And here I am. So,
We're gonna have to get you on a Woman Behind a Brand Live at some point in time, because that is interesting. Um, Thank you, Sonya, for sharing. And if y'all don't understand what she's talking about, she's very Michael, our international leader in the WIN community, introduced Sonya to us, and he introduced so many powerful women to our community. And we're just thankful. We're thankful for it, because now we get to expand and we can support each other, grow together. And I know it's just only going to be great, more things to come. And even when we connect just on a level with Sonya, we're like, yeah, Ari is speaking my language. Do you know how many people pay to be next to Ari like that? Like, I'm serious. It's like, it's a lot of times when we take for granted the connection and the power of just being in the same room with someone. And I saw the pictures from when y'all got together, and I was a little jealous. Like, I was like, wait a minute, where am I? I know. You ain't got to listen. Ari tells me all the time. She's like, well, just get on a plane and go. I'm like, I know. Just, I know it's that simple. Hey, it is what it is. But I do want to just honor you for coming on and being just heeding to the call. Because without you being a sponsor for our event initially, with any of our sponsors, like, we wouldn't be able to make the moves that we make, the way that we do them, to get the same recognition, to have powerful women that can look up to other powerful women and be like, oh, that's where I want to be. And you were a part of that process, because that was our first Houston event. Aarionna, though, now that y'all are having the next event coming up, okay, let's just kind of give people the invite to that. Let them know, the beads. I know that you explained. There's something else to them. I know that there's like a little angle that nobody else can have another copy. There's something special to them. And
so
okay,
now that you mentioned the beads, Ari doesn't know this, but today I had some free time and I created some freedom bracelets, a whole new spin on what you will be doing at the bead bar. A quick little easy activity that will constantly be a reminder of what you are speaking on at the event. And I'm so excited. I'm not going to reveal it here. It's very simple, but it's very memorable. And that's what we do. We create memories. So when we get off, I'll give you a FaceTime call or shoot a picture over as to what those bracelets are going to look like.
I can't believe you did that on the live. Like, what? I'm so excited.
This is the power, though. Like, no, I love it because it does. This happens a lot, y'all. Like, we'll be in a space where, like, we'll be talking about something, and one of our sponsors or community members be like, oh yeah, and by the way, I did this amazing thing. And you'd be like, what? Like, and so, so that's why we talk about the fact that if you're authentic and genuine behind what you're actually doing, the people like yourselves, like, we're all about this. We're all about giving and, just being about growth. And I love that, because it's something I can embrace, and it empowers me. Now, to what you're doing, Sonya, with Aarionna, I'm going to put it back on Ari, because I want her to give, because Sonya, me and you going to get together. We're going to get another live. Aarionna, I want you to talk more about the Freedom Boards, and then tell people how they can connect you to get into this event. And if you are not in Houston, we have people that fly out to these events, because you just never know the power of the connection that you're going to get. Okay, because Sonya, I know a secret about Sonya, and she is very well connected. So
Don't
y'all
sleep.
don't want to miss out on some of these opportunities, right? Especially if you're in a local
Listen,
city. But go ahead,
don't
Ari, tell them
sleep
what they're
on the
going to be
power of this
expecting.
community, y'all. That's what I will say. Because it's lit over here. But no, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And first of all, the event is on the 29th. And the Freedom Boards, like I said, it's really more about teaching people that in order to really live our dreams, you have to become the woman you need to become. And so that's what we're really going to focus on. That's the theme. It's empowering. It is giving you the confidence and belief in yourself that you are capable that you can achieve your highest and greatest dreams if you decide to just become and focus on that, focus on being the best version of yourself. So those freedom boards, like I've been doing them, oh God, for like over 3 years now. And I have people that literally now they do it every year. Instead of doing vision boards, they do freedom boards. And they'll send me pictures every year, like, oh, I made my new freedom board for this year. And it's just like, I love that. Like something that God completely gave me that is not something I found or Googled. Like it was a download from God of like, this is how, this is the direction. And it really hits home to the practicality that I use and how I coach about mindset and just getting people to understand that mindfulness and really growth, this is how you do it. And so I'm committed to teaching the system of mindset, right? I'm committed to teaching the system of growth. I don't, it's not for me, and what I do is not just just be a better person.
Right.
Oh, just take some time to self. That don't work. Like I need, and this is how I got to where I'm at. I need steps. So when you come to this networking event, we're going to show you how to do it, not just give you a nice motivational thing. Now, I'm going to motivate the heck out of you. Like that's just the given, okay? But I want you to leave with something that actually makes sense that you can do when I'm not in your presence, right? When you leave this event and you feel empowered and you feel excited and you've made all these wonderful connections and you've gotten everything you need, I want you to be able to leave and continue to duplicate that, right? To continue to live in that space, not for it to just be a temporary high. So I want everybody who can to join us. Like it's going to be so fun, so phenomenal. Clearly we have our own freedom bracelets, which I'm excited about. But you're going to leave with some phenomenal things. And I guarantee that this will help you prepare yourself, propel yourself in the right direction to really own your year. And I wanted to do it in the beginning of the year this way because I knew everybody's gearing up for like the vision board. So I wanted to help people have that extra leg up. So this should help you take the year by storm. I mean, that's my whole thing. We've taken the year by storm. So 29th, join us, and I say Houston, but surrounding areas, because if you're from Texas, if you know, you know. It's so large out here, it's ridiculous. So it's not just Houston,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right.
It's surrounding areas. So if you can get here, get here. I can promise you, you will not regret it. Oh,
Yeah. Get your tickets now though, because I
I
know
forgot.
that
And I'm bringing a
go ahead.
photographer, so they don't even know that. Like I have fun little things planned that are like secret.
And
It
you're
happens all the time. Like the people
also
that
doing lunch,
miss out.
right?
Oh well,
You're doing
you
lunch
And
know,
and
it's
you're
but
having
brunch.
drink.
Yes, like
Yeah.
it's a lit
Yeah.
situation. I feel like.
Yeah. And truthfully, one of the
look,
things that
Sonya
really
not
got me
playing.
excited is I have been hearing vision boards for years. I've been doing vision boards. I think I've done a couple of them. But her freedom board is not just your average vision board. So Ari, please, please, please always speak on that point because like you say, people do vision boards, they put them down, they come home and they don't do anything with them. But the way she explained these freedom boards, girls, I think we will be better each quarter just with this activity that she's going to bring. Better.
Well, to your point, Sonya, I think that if Ari can share a little snippet of that on her story after the live, then we can kind of give y'all a sneak peek because like seeing is believing. And I know that a lot of people start the year off with the same intention. Oh, like I posted something. I was like, it's day 2. I'm ready to start the year over. Can we do it again? Because this is just what we do, right? Planet Fitness starts putting their commercials out for $1 membership because they know everyone's like, oh yeah, I got to get back in the gym. But let's stop repeating things and expecting different results throughout the year. And I love what Aarionna has done because 3 years of doing this, Ari, and I know that your freedom boards have been effective. That's why you replaced the vision boards. And people who have really done the work have gotten the results. And so she's teaching y'all. So go ahead and sign up. I put the link to the join us in person at our official meetups in any of our qualified cities. When I get off this live and I post it, I'm going to also put the direct link in the comment section. And I want y'all to sign up. I know, Sonya, how many people can you fit in your
the building or in my space? So
Okay, in your space. I'm sorry. Like when I say building, I'm always thinking like it's
So
yours.
I
Sorry,
am in
just
an art gallery. That's why I'm joking with you guys. If it gets too big, then we'll just rent out the space. I mean, we'll just overflow in that gallery. But in my particular,
well
go
with the
ahead.
art gallery. The reason I was going to say because I want to make sure people know that if they,
Yeah.
if they want to bring friends, if they want to, get more people to come with them,
Mm-hmm.
that we have space for that. Because at the end of the day, this is only happening right now for the first time ever in the WIN community. And we're going to be, getting people that already have this mindset together in your local cities. Bringing your friends, your family. I even know Aarionna was like, I'm bringing my husband. Why? Because when you grow,
Oh,
you
right,
want people
exactly.
around you to grow with
So
you.
my space fits about
So
50
that's why.
people. Uh, However, I'm in an art gallery and there's space, so we'll see. There's additional space, so we'll see. If we overflow, I don't think that will be a problem. I think we can handle that.
So we'll work it out, and maybe we'll make it an annual thing. Um, Thank you so much, Sonya. You were amazing, queen, as always. I love, love, love Sonya. From the first day that Michael introduced me to you on that FaceTime call with my bonnet on, honey, she was like, "You don't gotta worry about showing me your bonnet." I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not worried about showing my bonnet." Just just today, I just don't feel like being on camera. But I think we were both talking about that. I was telling you about it. There's something we were doing. It has something to do with a bonnet. But here's the thing: the point is that we got to get on a level where I knew what her business is about, she knew what the community was about,
Mm-hmm.
and we partnered up and we utilized the space to grow even further. Now Sonya and Aarionna are partnering up, right? I can't wait for the continued growth, Sonya, and make sure absolutely make sure that y'all connect with Sonya. I'm going to drop the links to her store and also her social media in the comments when we get off this live. Aarionna, wrap us up with some final words and what you want people to do for your call to action.
Definitely. I think that final words for me is you can achieve your highest dreams. It really is about building a limitless mentality. We were created by a limitless God, so we are limitless creatures. When you embrace your limitless abilities, you start to see the things that you desire become reality. The world has made manifestation this very weird thing. It's not weird, it's very spiritual, but it's very real. It all starts in the mind, though. If you don't get your mind right, I don't care what you're doing, whether it's marriage, kids, business, when you don't get your mind right, you cannot manifest the life that you desire. So my final words is build the mind first, everything else follows.
Wow.
Period. To connect with me and get into what I have, you guys, my boot camps are mind blowing. Like I'm not. This is not just a. It's not about me. Tracy in here. Tracy's in here. Catherine was in here. It's phenomenal to see people tap into their limitless abilities. So if you're tired of going in circles and circles and circles and tired of doing this thing where we're like, oh, I know it's going to happen, but it ain't happening, you need to reach out to me to get free from that mentality that says, I'm just going to wish for it. I'm just going to continue to hope. The Bible says it like this: hope deferred makes the heart sick, which means you're hoping in something and never seeing it happen is not God's desire for you because it'll make you sick. A lot of people are sick in business. They're sick in their life. They're sick in their mind. So reach out to me. You can DM me the word mindset. I will get you the information to my business minded boot camp or my mindset mastery boot camp. And yeah, we can work from there.
Amazing. Thank you, Ari. And I know your boot camps are amazing. I hear the reviews all the time, testimonials all the time. And I just, want you all to make sure that you get your mind right. 2023 is going to be a different year for those of you who really invest in yourself. And don't get it twisted. You can try to do all the things and be insane all you want to, but the people who are going to grow in business and the people who are going to get the wealth transfer we keep talking about are the people who are actually
That's
investing
okay.
and working on their
That's right.
mindset first. Just Look, Sonya, like I'm gonna tell you. So listen, we're gonna get on again. Thank you again, y'all.
Thank you,
Ari, thank
sis.
you,
Love
sis.
you the
Love
most.
you so much for.
Thank
Sonya,
you.
love you,
Thank you,
Sonya.
Thank you,
Sonya.
guys.
Appreciate you.
All right, ladies.
Bye bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye, ladies. See y'all soon.